Alright, man, today we're reacting to the Trap Lord Ross 19 Murders documentary. This will probably be a 3 to 4 part series, depending on how much of it we can get through today. I know it's a pretty long video. But yeah, first thoughts. We just watched the Fredo Bang and YB documentary. That should be up pretty soon. You'll probably see it before this video. But yeah, man, that was a good little 9 minutes, and we got a little background into the beginning stages of everything.
It's a nice little
I would say a highlight
yeah.
Of what YB has done already stepping on shit. So it's pretty crazy, man. We're trying to get into a lot of documentaries, understand the beef. So drop some suggestions below. Send this to somebody that wants to understand YB's beef as well and that likes YB's music. So,
send it to people that don't even know about YB.
Facts.
Because this will probably explain a lot about him. I know it might not put him in a good light, but you know, you get to see a little bit behind the scenes of what led YB to do the things that he did. And I mean, we're curious to watch this video too. What you think?
I'm honestly curious to see. I saw 2 minutes of this video already, and I'm just interested to see what happened. Because Trap Lord Ross is a lot better at explaining the beef behind NBA than a lot of these other YouTubers, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's probably a well put together documentary.
Yeah, he's known for doing things like this, so I'm really excited to see what he's got going on for us.
Yeah, but shout out to Go Getter and Detroit M. You guys recommended this a while back ago. We're just getting to it. But yeah, man, don't forget to like the video, comment. Like we said, let us know more documentaries. We're going to do our best to get to everyone. And song requests. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe. A lot of y'all watching are not subscribed. So drop a subscribe down below. We post videos every day.
It's free. It helps us out. Helps the channel grow.
And yeah.
Spam green hearts, man.
Shout out Trap Lord Ross, man.
NBA YoungBoy had 19 people killed. Would you believe me? Right now, nobody has a bigger buzz in the rap game than YoungBoy. His Massa tour reportedly grossed over $70 million and is on track to be one of the top 10 earning rap tours in American history. Only the realist YoungBoy fans would know that YoungBoy hadn't touched a stage since March 2020, right before the lockdowns begun, when his Still Flexin' Still Steppin' tour was cut short after the second stop in Los Angeles.
Bro, so he got arrested right before the pandemic?
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's where that famous picture came from.
Yeah,
Young boy in his mask.
Damn. Bro, the show is packed out.
Look at that, bro.
That is crazy. He's packed out before he's about to go to jail.
And this was even before Massa, huh?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Way before.
Way
Oh,
Massa.
yeah.
20. This
Way
is
before Massa.
way before.
Unfortunately, by the end of 2020, when the rest of the world was being let out, YoungBoy was being put on a different kind of lockdown. He spent the last 5 years in and out of prison and on house arrest, unable to perform, but also making him impossible to kill. But despite all the rumors, he's never actually been charged with murder. He famously caught double attempted murder charges in 2016, attempting to avenge his murdered cousin Boozilla. In his most recent stretch, he spent just under a year behind bars after pleading guilty to numerous charges, including federal gun charges stemming from a heavily armed music video gone wrong, as well as
Chopper City. YouTube tried to take us down in our live.
That's why we couldn't play that video.
charges, including federal gun charges stemming from a heavily armed music video gone wrong, as well as state charges for a devious plot that saw YoungBoy and his friends impersonating doctors in an effort to get their hands on unlimited prescription pills and drank in the state of Utah. These efforts at putting together a drill rapper starter pack robbed YoungBoy of 5 years of his freedom, but between jail stints, he was on house arrest, forced to do nothing but fight his depression, pop pills, and make some of the most groundbreaking gangster rap that had ever been made. YoungBoy was prolific with his releases while on house arrest and in jail, releasing 7 albums and 7
Damn.
Straight fire, bro.
3, 4, 5. 5 out of 7 are gas.
Ma got a family.
Decided to Reeler 2, Richest Op. Colors.
That's crazy, man. He was just so drugged out in these times. He was making actual fire music.
I mean, these are some generational albums.
YoungBoy was prolific with his releases while on house arrest and in jail, releasing 7 albums and 7 mixtapes. All of this while battling for his freedom.
Bro, yeah, y'all let us know if that 3800
and in jail,
Degrees
releasing
one is
7
any good,
albums
man.
and 7
bro.
It's
I ain't never heard anyone request
It probably
for that
is, but
album.
I have never.
We know Deshaun is buns.
Mixtapes, all of this while battling for his freedom, meaning that even behind bars, within just a few years, YoungBoy's work rate had surpassed many of the biggest artists in the world, entire careers. But this year, in 2025, he walked free from the federal FCI Talladega prison, getting an early release in March, with one of his conditions being a whopping 60 months of strict probation. And despite his official rap sheet of serious crimes, an unofficial title of the Murder Man of Baton Rouge, in May 2025, he inexplicably received a presidential pardon from the Slimender-in-Chief himself, Donald Trump. Apparently, this was the direct result of lobbying carried out by political heavyweight DJ Academics, who was the one who asked Trump's son to pardon YoungBoy during a campaign stream.
A lot of people are asking, there's a guy who's a beloved, you know, he's just a misunderstood guy actually. His name is NBA YoungBoy. If Trump gets back in office and this guy's locked up, we gotta throw him to the top of the party. Come on.
This
Bro, like, you know he has some say, bro, of who Trump is gonna pardon. Like, didn't he pardon Thug too back in the day, like in his first term?
Yeah, I think so. He might have pardoned. I think he pardoned Kodak too.
Yeah, he pardoned Kodak.
So a lot of people fuck with Trump, but.
And what if one of the things was because that's why he dropped Massa.
Yeah. Make America slime.
And it was like the same time around what Trump was campaigning and stuff.
That's why in the Complex interview he said implement everything Trump does.
Yeah.
But he ain't trying to speak on that.
presidential pardon cleared the path for YoungBoy to have a fresh start, not just getting back his freedom, but freeing him from any probation or restrictions that would have prevented him from flying around America or the world on tour. And he would return almost 5 years on from his cancelled 2020 tour in 2025, embarking on his Make America Slime Again tour in honor of Donald Trump. His shows would go from theaters that at their largest held a few thousand people to selling out almost 20,000 person venues like the Crypto Arena, and reportedly making anywhere from $800,000 to close to $2 million per show, and releasing 2 more full-length albums before the tour even ended, and cementing his place as perhaps the most successful street rapper of all time.
He dropped albums while he was already making $1 million a show.
That's why he was just saying, bro, YB's work rate is
10 years of motion, all gas, no brakes.
He's arguably the GOAT if this is the most highest grossing rap tour ever. I mean, you can definitely argue GOAT at that point with that statistic.
I mean, look at that, bro. 31 million albums sold, 48 billion streams. That's crazy.
Yeah, look, they got Top right there. The Last Limito decided to. My Got a Family.
Dang, he went crazy this year, bro. Oh my goodness.
With an estimated 31 million albums sold, over 48 billion.
Look at that, bro. Oh my God.
January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August.
And that was 2022, I think.
That's insane.
Streams, and a whopping 41 full-length projects in his catalogue at the time of recording. But behind the success, there's a dark secret. YoungBoy was rumoured to have been able to make as much as $100 million per year from his insanely successful gangster rap career. Numbers that frankly many people would kill for, or perhaps in this case, kill to protect. Like many gangster rappers in this generation, YoungBoy has been accused of having people murdered. In this case, over a dozen people have allegedly been murdered in order to protect his 9-figure gangster rap empire. Actually, it's less that he's been accused of organising over a dozen murders, and more like he's actually confessed to organising over a dozen murders, with numerous lyrics over the years seeing YoungBoy rapping about murder and references to a body count that seem to grow year by year, from at least...
Bro, and that's another song. This is not a song for my supporters.
Yeah, a lot of people are asking for that song.
We're gonna get to that one too, man.
It's crazy seeing Fuck the Industry, though. Dead Trolls. Bro, and he has a song called Murder Man, and that's his name. That's his, like, gang name.
Murder Man?
Yeah, Murder Man in Baton Rouge, North Baton Rouge.
One alleged body in the mid-2010s when he first started rapping, only age 16, to seemingly confessing to having 3 bodies and subtracting 2 attempts or losses around 2019, to shockingly claiming at least 3 times to have a total of 7 bodies by 2020. His kill count would appear to rise to 12 plus a child by 2022. By March 2024, he was claiming to be responsible for 15 murders, and apparently he would reach a grand total.
He said that shit in My Bobo?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Him and Bobo.
Dang,
Bobo was
bro.
talking about
He did say that in Tears of
capping
War.
people.
Yeah. But he's every song is just kept.
Before, he was claiming to be responsible for 15 murders, and apparently he would reach a grand total of 19 bodies by June 2024.
19 is crazy.
Baton Rouge police are looking into a deadly shooting that claimed the life of a local rapper.
When an unknown suspect in a red Chevy Trailblazer
G wasn't quick enough.
the shooting death of a local rapper.
Baton Rouge police say the local rapper was shot and killed at his home at Lakeside Villa Apartments on Wellwood Drive after midnight.
The deadly shooting of a student walking home from school.
New details surrounding a violent crime that happened here around 7:15 Saturday night.
Well, police are trying to get to the bottom of a drive-by shooting in Baton Rouge.
Police say someone shot Jason Nixon several times.
Hey, look, hanging out the one that's trying to flood them on the interstate.
Today, Baton Rouge police named the 2 people killed on River Road last night.
2 people were killed and 2 others were sent to a hospital.
We now know the name of the person killed in a shooting in Baton Rouge.
Police say 24-year-old Deontay Veal was shot and killed.
Investigators say 23-year-old Tremaine Phillips died.
Breaking tonight, 1 person dead after a shooting on Sherwood Common Boulevard.
Person shot and killed along North Acadian. 30-year-old Jawan Alisi was shot to death.
No, that ain't my work, man.
They are looking for information on the shooting death of this man here.
And this isn't some huge secret. In fact, I discussed in my previous video, YoungBoy, Real Killer or Fake Gangster, which I made a couple years ago when his body count was still at 12. But the truth is, YoungBoy isn't the person pulling the triggers and committing these murders personally. He openly raps about contracting killers over 7 times, never even seeing the face of the people doing the hits. Although his 26...
Damn. That's
Bro,
valid,
that's what I
though,
told you
Just
last
go straight to
documentary.
the black market and
He literally said that. Why he makes so much money? He has a lot of resources.
he don't even need to see the face of the killer. He just outsources it.
That's crazy.
Out of town shooters.
Killers over 7 times, never even seeing the face of the people doing the hits. Although his 2016 double attempted murder charges would prove that he's clearly capable of pulling the trigger if it came to it. In efforts to prevent him bailing out on his prior charges, the FBI have openly labeled YoungBoy as the known leader of a violent Louisiana gang. And the truth is, he is literally surrounded by shooters at all times, with a number of the most notorious shooters in the South being affiliated with his NBA or Never Broke Again record label and his alleged 4K Trey street gang and their allies state to state, meaning that wherever YoungBoy goes, he's accompanied by countless crash outs who are ready and willing to shoot and catch bodies to protect YoungBoy and his multi-million-dollar interests. So in this video, I'll answer once and for all, are all of these murders and murderers the secret ingredient to YoungBoy's gangster rap empire? Does YoungBoy really need shooters around him at all times to make sure he stays alive and that his rivals die early? Or is he destined to meet the same fate as his biggest rival, Lil Durk, and eventually going to get taken down by the feds, who might well still be at this very second working tirelessly to solve these murders while he's reaching the peak of his career? Well, in this video, I have all of the answers, as I'll reveal one by one the gruesome truth behind each and every one of YoungBoy's alleged 19 murder victims, which have never before been identified publicly until now.
Do you think he's going to go out like Dirk?
I think he's going to go out like Dirk, unfortunately, because there's just too much evidence. In my opinion, I think if the feds get on you, they're going to get you, bro.
They're going to use
they're going to build a case against you.
They're going to use the lyrics as evidence.
That's what I'm saying. He's just admitting openly to murders on songs.
I mean,
I hope not, but if I had to bet on it,
not either,
it's looking rough.
I don't think it might not happen with this president. It might happen in the future if, you know, whoever's going to be in the future.
If I had to guess, it's probably going to be at the peak of his career. Like, I bet he's going to release a couple more albums. He's going to go crazy.
And then
I feel like once he gets too big.
Yeah.
And then they're going to, I mean, what is too big, though? Because he's
already pretty big now, but...
Too big in the sense, I guess, of, like, global tours, worldwide Europe tours.
Yeah.
If he goes out to Australia.
If all the statistics now are just increasing, they'll probably take him down eventually.
Yeah, because once he's like global, like I'm talking a global icon, then they'll probably take him down.
And they choose to do it at
random times.
I mean, they calculate it, but they do it at a time to bring you down, bro.
I'm sure if they could get him now, they probably would, but they probably genuinely don't have enough evidence because he probably has the best lawyers and everything too.
Yeah, true. And I mean, like they're saying in this video too, alleged.
Yeah.
These are all alleged. I mean,
yeah, none of it's true.
He may have to say that too, but
let's keep it going, man. Before we keep it going, don't forget to subscribe, man, and drop a like.
Murder victims which have never before been identified publicly until now. But before we go any further, I just want to warn you, this video contains themes of death, murder, and violence. If you're uncomfortable with any of these tragic themes, you might want to choose another video. I'm going to break down each one of the suspected 19 murders that YoungBoy claims that he organized, the tragic story behind it, and also the social media rumors regarding exactly which NBA members people think pulled the trigger. Much of the information in this video is based on public rumors, and I can't 100% vouch for the authenticity of the theories that have been circulated online by third parties. This video has been created for documentary and journalistic purposes to raise awareness about a story in the public interest regarding a well-known public figure. All clips included in this video are included under the doctrine of fair use for analysis, critique, and news reporting, and I've ensured that this video has been heavily censored in order to comply with YouTube's community and advertiser guidelines. But if you want an uncut and extended version of this video, you can go to patreon.com/traplawross, where I upload all of my full-length documentaries completely uncut. But if you're okay with all of that, then just keep watching and get ready to hear the single most insane story in gangster rap that you will ever hear. Years before the sold-out stadiums,
rappers, bro.
He said what?
I said his story is like crazier than a lot of rappers.
Yeah.
Like people who you thought were gangster rappers, like Eazy-E, Tupac, Biggie. They can't even compete with YB.
I mean, it was a different time, so it's really hard to.
And it's the way YB breaks down.
But still, like the way, like bro, like he's
crazy.
Literally on songs saying, "Put my name on that. I did that."
I mean, back then too, they were saying the same shit.
That's crazy, bro. Like, but let's get into it, bro. This is our
gangster rap that you will ever hear. Years before the sold-out stadiums, the 40 billion streams, and the countless Reddit posts speculating on how many murders YoungBoy was responsible for, he was just a troubled southern kid from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. His real name is Kentrell Deshaun Goulden, and he was born in 1999 in Baton Rouge, where he grew up in the city's north side around 38th Street and Chippewa, suffering a turbulent childhood overshadowed by violence and tragedy, in part due to his father getting a 55-year sentence for armed robbery and attempted murder, and the death of his beloved grandmother who raised him. This all led to YoungBoy being sent to a group home where he would suffer severe abuse and bullying before he would eventually start a life of crime of his own during his teenage years, doing home invasions and robberies that would eventually land him in juvenile detention. It was during this time that YoungBoy finally found his purpose through writing rhymes, and upon his release, he began recording low-quality songs at home with his friend and roommate OG33 using a cheap microphone from Walmart. It didn't take him long to pick up a buzz in the Baton Rouge.
Because 33 and his family took him in.
Yeah.
So that's
that light-skinned guy that's always with him in the music videos.
Yeah.
OG33 using a cheap microphone from Walmart. It didn't take him long to pick up a buzz in the Baton Rouge street rap scene, and he soon aligned himself with a local rap label and borderline gang known as Top Boy Gorilla, or TBG, led by rappers G Money and Fredo Bang. Unfortunately, one of the first people to give YoungBoy a leg up in his career would wind up being the first of many people that would be murdered to protect that career. YoungBoy would eventually release his first mixtape, Life Before Fame, under the TBG label in 2015, but soon issues like
he was on TBG, the same gang that Fredo Bang bangs.
But then they
basically brought him in, I guess.
Damn, yeah, there's Fredo Bang right there. So it was 3-3, NBA YoungBoy, Fredo Bang, G Money, and their gang was TBG, I guess. That's crazy.
Jealousy, disputes over money, and street beefs seemed to cause a falling out between YoungBoy and TBG, and in the aftermath, he and his close friend OG33 branched off and started their own movement that would eventually be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm of course talking about NBA, aka Never Broke Again, which became both a rap label and a tight-knit crew of YoungBoy's closest friends.
The Jordan sign with the pistol.
Creative though.
Movement that would eventually be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm of course talking about NBA, aka Never Broke Again, which became both a rap label and a tight-knit crew of YoungBoy's closest friends, as well as his most prolific shooters and killers. This included infamous figures like Ben 10, Big B, Herm, Montana, Michi Baby, KD, Lil Pap, and Baba, just to mention a few. Moreover,
Ben 10, he'd be in the videos too.
Yeah, and a lot of people request that song from Don't Try This at Home called Free Michi, I think. And I guess
Free
Michi.
Herm, Montana, Michi Baby, KD, Lil Pap, and Baba, just to mention a few. Moreover, in countless lyrics, YoungBoy and other NBA members would claim allegiance to a gang known as 4KT or 4K Trey, which appears to be a larger street alliance in Baton Rouge, and possibly also in other cities that YoungBoy and his friends would represent. There's been endless debate about the true underlying meaning of 4K Trey. Some have suggested it refers to those who kill for YoungBoy, or killing for Kentrell. Others have suggested that it actually referred to the beef with TBG from the south side of Baton Rouge who rep the 4, saying that they're 4K or 4 killers and that they banged the 3 or the tray, while others have suggested that it refers to 4 ever killing the ops. But whatever the true meaning, the broader national alliance of this gang appears to be within the Bloods, more specifically the notorious East Coast originated Blood faction known as Money Murder or SMM, who are known for sometimes representing themselves with the bright green color instead of the traditional red, while also making use of other symbolism based on this color theme, like calling each other slime. But before NBA or 4K Trey would allegedly commit their first murder, they would suffer a tragic loss of their own, which led to one of the only incidents where YoungBoy himself had been confirmed to have personally been involved in a shooting. These events began unfolding when YoungBoy's cousin Boozilla, affiliated with a crew known as BBG or Bottom Boy Gorillas, was gunned down in November 2016. BBG was a direct rival to TBG, the label and gang that YoungBoy declined to sign to, who had since turned from YoungBoy's acquaintances to his main rivals. In the aftermath of Boozilla's murder, YoungBoy would wind up catching a double attempted murder charge for a shooting incident where he and other known NBA members tried to avenge Boozilla's death. The following year, in 2017, YoungBoy would plead guilty to aggravated assault and ended up getting a suspended sentence in this case. Effectively, the judge had been very merciful and granted him a second chance at life in his career with strict conditions. Soon after his release, he would hit the big leagues with his music.
That's when he made Untouchable.
Yeah, that's when he made all those gas. That really put him on the map.
Bro, him, Ben 10,
No Smoke, all
really tried to spin on someone. They actually went and go pull them triggers.
Yeah, I mean, W judge though for
showing mercy.
Yeah, and letting YB get a second chance.
If it wasn't for that judge, bro, he'd probably still be locked up.
Or it would have been a way different path.
Life in his career with strict conditions. Soon after his release, he would hit the big leagues with his music, dropping the coveted AI YoungBoy mixtape, charting on Billboard, and signing a $2 million deal with Atlantic Records. But while YoungBoy's career was reaching new heights, his feud with TBG would intensify, and his former friend G Money would soon become his biggest rival. G Money would begin dissing YoungBoy with dedicated tracks like WNBA Smoke, where he appears to threaten to send his shooters at YoungBoy and the NBA crew, rapping that if you take it there with him, you're not going to make it back. YoungBoy would fire back in songs such as Ride on 'Em, with chilling lyrics claiming that the only way the beef would end was with G Money getting shot, and even hinting that he'd put a bag on his head. Now, before we go any further, I just want to make one thing clear.
Well, it was just
because he started working back with Fredo Bang and them, so he basically went back to
no, I think G Money and them was always TBG.
Yeah, YB and them left to start
33 was NBA, and it was G Money and Fredo Bang that was TBG.
Yeah.
But I guess why did they...
The beef started because they were trying to put YB on the map. They had brought him into like the rap scene. They wanted him to sign to their label.
And YB refused to sign to
YB
them.
didn't want to, so that's when he started his own thing.
And even hinting that he'd put a bag on his head. Now, before we go any further...
And it might be also just the crab in the bucket mentality. They see YB getting bigger and bigger, and the fact that he chose to not sign with them, but he's dropping AI YoungBoy.
Yeah, and he's repping NBA.
And he's doing good. Like, they're trying to pull him back down. And because I think they also said, too, he was staying away from diss songs.
Mm-hmm.
But that might be after this.
Yeah, I think it is after this one.
Yeah, it's after this with the next one. But
I just want to make one thing clear. You can hate on YoungBoy all you want, and you can call me the feds, but this is a dangerous man who warns his enemies and tells them exactly what's going to happen to them. G Money was warned what would happen in 2017 if he kept playing with YoungBoy, but he didn't take these warnings seriously, and he wound up being the first of many who unfortunately found out the hard way that nothing can get in the way of the NBA empire. The conflict kept escalating throughout 2017 as both sides would go back and forth on social media.
Yeah, like my little partner, he used to be like my little brother. He stayed with me and everything. Everything was still all good until he started, you know what I'm saying, like doing his own thing, getting him a little buzz, getting a little money. He just...
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
All good until he started, you know what I'm saying, like doing his own thing, getting him a little buzz, getting a little money. He just got the big... He mad about his sister too, though.
About his sister?
Yeah, I had her a long time ago.
She don't like me or something. I'm about beefing. What it is? I don't like you. I'm gonna keep on that. I don't like you.
Talking about you don't like this and that. You ain't no for you to like, you hear me?
G Money wanted all the smoke, and his next move would be a fatal escalation. On August the 27th, 2017, G Money dropped his notorious song Industry, another dedicated diss track aimed at YoungBoy and NBA. But this time, G Money would get way more personal, mentioning people close to YoungBoy like his late cousin Boozilla and his mother Sharonda, as well as his sister, this time in a way that made sure that the relationship between these two former friends would never be repaired. But perhaps most interestingly, G Money also revealed that someone had allegedly put $100,000 on his head, with Redditors later spreading spreading rumors that YoungBoy's notorious manager Big Dump was actually the very person behind this $100,000 bounty. Famously, the video also prominently featured a Chucky doll, which was apparently a reference to an earlier YoungBoy video called What I Was Taught from September 2016, where the same doll could be seen, and this cursed doll would continue to pop up in spooky ways on both sides of this beef for years to come. From here, G-Money kept taking shots at YoungBoy and the NBA crew whenever he could.
You, when you do this and do that and do that, you ain't sticking with a so you. I ain't tripping on no this and no none of that, you heard me? You, your mama, your brother, your cousin, your auntie, your uncle, whoever. Way throwback, you heard me? Made you script and you ain't do nothing about it. So how you think you could tell me something?
And unfortunately, in some of these videos, G-Money was also revealing his location, as he can be seen standing outside a building while claiming that YoungBoy suddenly turned into a supposed killer after getting his record deal.
Say, Lil, you know you ain't living like that, man. You get a deal and you done turn to a killer. When you start doing all that, man, you know you ain't cut like that, man. You know TBG been your muscle, boy. And the same you talking about usually don't live in jail, wherever they at, man. That's the same ran you out of Nouveau in the city, man. Yeah, you remember Will? Yeah, Will's out there. And you remember you ran out that store, man. You know what's happening with us, man. You hear me? Real. And I'm living out shit, you hear me? Everything you got with a deal, I got that without a deal, man. You hear me? You know, 30 plus on my neck with no deal. Yeah, for real. Driving in $100,000 coupes and man. Yeah, with no deal, boy. You better stop playing and stay in your place, son.
People familiar with the city of...
He was tripping, bro. G-Money was...
I mean, jealousy,
he was talking crazy, bro.
Envy at the end of the day.
Crab bucket mentality,
fucked up their relationship. And then G-Money just took it too far, trying to diss his sister and...
His whole family, basically.
Yeah, his grandma. Saying he smashed his sister, all this stuff.
Damn, look, and they found out where it was. Because he was exposing his location.
Bro did not know about the internet back in that day.
Early times.
Man, yeah, with no deal, boy. You better stop playing and stay in your place, son.
People familiar with the city of Baton Rouge could likely recognize easily that he was standing in front of a local recording studio on the 1900 block of Dallas Drive, where TBG were known to record at. The very same studio was also featured prominently in the music video for G-Money and Blvd Quick's track, Set Trippin'. Unfortunately for G-Money, he massively underestimated two things. He underestimated how easy he was to find in the city, and he hugely underestimated YoungBoy and the NBA crew's willingness to kill to protect their budding empire. In the early morning hours of September the 10th, 2017, G-Money was at that very same studio, seemingly recording another diss track aimed at YoungBoy, where he called the people's favorite rapper a liar. This would unfortunately end up being his last recording, as around 1:30 AM, G-Money would step outside the studio building and take his last breath before he was ambushed and shot dead.
Baton Rouge police are looking into a deadly shooting that claimed the life of a local rapper. Police say someone shot and killed 22-year-old Garrett Burton on Dallas Street around 1:20 last night. Burton performed under the name G-Money.
An alleged picture of the shooter at the scene would later circulate on Reddit. G-Money's good friend Fat Chapo, who was with him at the studio the night of the murder, would later describe the evening's dark events in a later interview.
I was the first out the door. G walked out that door by himself. I told him before he walked out the door, like, and when I went to go get the slippers, he walked out the door on his own. And they start shooting. When they start shooting, I really didn't know what was going on because I heard a boom, but when as soon as the shooting stopped, I ran out the door. Nobody was still. I still never saw nobody.
Wait, but he said he walked out first.
Yeah, I guess he walked out, then G-Money walked out by himself.
Boom, but when as soon as the shooting stopped, I ran out the door. Nobody was still. I still never saw nobody. It was more like, you know what I'm saying, it f***ed me up instantly.
But just as chilling as the murder itself were the haunting details that came out afterwards. The day after G-Money was killed, someone would go to the studio to document the murder scene, where they ended up capturing footage where bloody pillows could be seen laying on the ground. A picture of this pillow would also be posted on social media, where it would eventually go down in infamy as one of the most terrifying pieces of folklore about the Baton Rouge streets. This haunting image would start a wild rumor that G-Money's killers had actually thrown a pillow and told him to go to sleep after shooting him dead. It's unclear exactly who...
Holy shit.
Damn, what the fuck?
had actually thrown a pillow and told him to go to sleep after shooting him dead. It's unclear exactly who started this dark rumor, but it had a powerful effect on the Baton Rouge streets. The word of the bloody pillow would spread all around Louisiana, and YoungBoy and the NBA crew would become notorious not just as shooters, but like action movie mobsters who left props at the scene of murder.
Bro, and he said we lay those teddy bears where you lay?
Yeah, we lay them teddy bears.
Bro, remember that one video,
Bitch,
Bitch Let's Do It? He was laying on the ground?
Yeah.
Dissing G-Money?
Notorious not just as shooters, but like action movie mobsters who left props at the scene of murders to send others a message. While the truth behind these pillows turned out to be nothing as cold and calculated as people on Reddit might have you believe, even this make-believe story would survive in infamy for years, and it made the NBA gang out to be like boogeymen in Baton Rouge. But the truth is, the pillows had most likely been used by medics who came to the scene to help G-Money after the shooting. But it seems that YoungBoy and his team would take full advantage of this online folklore, and YoungBoy would later rap several lyrics where he referenced pillows in relation to murders, like in the 2020 song Step On, where he rapped that he would lay his ops' beds and throw them a pillow, and in the 2023 song Let's Do It, where he described his gang creeping up and laying their ops' head on a pillow when they kill them. In the music video for this song, YoungBoy even gets down and lays his head onto an actual pillow. The bloody
See, guys, we're piecing it together, man, already. That's before crazy. The video even says it, man.
That's crazy, bro.
Shit is wild.
He's knowing what he's doing when he's saying
I
this
know,
stuff.
bro.
So you know TBG and Fredo Bang and them are just like, they're just getting dissed. And this shit's charting, going gold and platinum.
People are just bumping it daily.
Biggest rap tour ever. He's going ever.
Yeah, singing the lyrics. Nobody knows what he means. And they're just there like, damn.
Damn, that must be, bro. Fredo Bang, I know they just sick every time they hear this shit.
That's crazy, bro.
Kill them. In the music video for this song, YoungBoy even gets down and lays his head onto an actual pillow. The bloody pillow was a terrifying symbol of how far NBA members would take it if you got in their way. And as time went on, from this first murder, YoungBoy would continue to reference G-Money, leaving cryptic warnings for anyone else who might gamble with their lives playing with the NBA. A new song titled Poor One would release about a month after G-Money's murder and appeared to be explicitly dedicated to him, with YoungBoy starting his first verse, recalling a time when their bond felt more like a brotherhood before G-Money shattered YoungBoy's trust by sleeping with his sister and bragging about it online. This was the first time one of NBA's rivals suffered deadly consequences in the streets after playing with YoungBoy, and he was not shy about reminiscing and talking openly about the person who had lost their life. Yet despite this being an open secret in the Baton Rouge streets, the authorities to this very day have struggled to truly get to the bottom of this case. It would take close to 2 years before they finally named any suspects in G-Money's murder, but finally in June 2019, DeAndre Fields, better known on the streets as Lil Pap, or NBA Pap, will be charged with second-degree murder in connection to G-Money's death.
DeAndre Fields, Baton Rouge police say they arrested him years after the shooting death of a local rapper, Garrett Burton.
He is NBA.
Mm-hmm.
That's... Damn.
Who, him?
Yeah, Lil Pap.
Yeah.
NBA Lil Pap. And he was arrested and suspect for the murder.
Police say they arrested him years after the shooting death of a local rapper, Garrett Burton. Back in 2017, Burton went by the name of G-Money.
In his early music, YoungBoy had painted a picture of Pap as being one of his main shooters, and now here he was, accused of shooting YoungBoy's biggest rival dead. Lil Pap initially pled not guilty, and years later he would accept a plea deal on greatly reduced charges of accessory after the fact to murder, receiving a mere 5-year sentence. But interestingly, Pap would still swear to the judge and people close to him that he was innocent, and this sentiment was shared amongst G-Money's close friends like TBG rapper Fredo Bang, who would also later claim several times publicly that Pap indeed wasn't G-Money's killer.
Y'all started sending me that to send it to her. Like, you seen it? You seen it? Yeah, I seen it. Police make arrests. Might be wrong. A man ain't do that.
Do you know the guy that's being charged? Okay. You said that you didn't think the guy that they're charging with the murder actually did it.
No.
YoungBoy's lyrics on the leaked song, Keeping It True, seem to echo this same sentiment, with him rapping how after an op died in the night, his brother kept it solid and didn't tell, even though he wasn't the shooter. Even G-Money's own mother would post on social media after Pap's guilty plea that she also believed that he wasn't the actual killer of her son, leaving this first murder connected to YoungBoy and his squad of killers still shrouded in mystery, not only robbing G-Money's family of justice, but also meaning that whichever NBA soldier who did kill G-Money might still be walking the streets and stages behind YoungBoy to this day, being being ready to kill again. There's of course been various rumors as to exactly what went down that night and who was responsible. G-Money's mother would make a post on Instagram showing a picture of 3 prominent NBA members, BBG Fredo, Ben 10, and Baby Joe, saying these were the 3 people that the police said killed her son. Other rumors would circulate, particularly on Reddit, where many have claimed that Pap indeed was not responsible, but was only connected to the case due to being caught with the gun that was used in the hit, while some have denied this. Some spread false rumors that YoungBoy might have killed G-Money personally, but he apparently had the perfect alibi, playing a show in New York City at the Gramercy Theatre that very night. Other NBA members would be caught on live with Quando Rondo in 2018, including OG3, Ben 10, and off-screen, Baba Osama, who is heard saying that they're smoking on G-Money before a frustrated OG3 ends the live abruptly.
Yeah, we smoking on G-Money right now.
One far-fetched rumor circulating on Reddit suggested that NBA Herm and Baby Joe were actually the shooters, and that it was Ben 10 who threw the pillow and told him to go to sleep. Herm's name has been put forward by someone.
I mean, they're just saying they don't even really know who did it.
Yeah, they don't know.
So the mom thinks it was Ben 10, Baby Joe, and another one.
Yeah.
Before a frustrated OG3 obviously had the perfect alibi, not responsible, but was only connected to the case due to being caught with.
In another episode, Ben 10's on with the gloves on, and they're just looking at the dead bodies, and
it's crazy, bro.
And they actually went out there and
did that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back a little bit.
Walking the streets and stages behind YoungBoy to this day, being ready to kill again. There's of course been various rumors as to exactly what went down that night and who was responsible. G-Money's mother would make a post on Instagram showing a picture of 3 prominent NBA members, BBG Fredo, Ben 10, and Baby Joe, saying these were the 3 people that the police said killed her son. Other rumors would circulate, particularly on Reddit, where many have claimed that Pap indeed was not responsible, but was only connected to the case due to being caught with the gun that was used in the hit, while some have denied this. Some spread false rumors that YoungBoy might have killed G-Money personally, but he apparently had the perfect alibi, playing a show in New York City at the Gramercy Theatre that very night. Other NBA members would be caught on live with Quando Rondo in 2018, including OG3, Ben 10, and off-screen, Baba Osama, who is heard saying that they're smoking on G-Money before a frustrated OG3 ends the live abruptly.
Yeah, we smoking on G-Money right now.
One far-fetched rumor circulating on Reddit suggested that NBA Herm and Baby Joe were actually the shooters, and that it was Ben 10 who threw the pillow and told him to go to sleep. Herm's name has been put forward by some on social media due to very suspect posts made by YoungBoy over the years, as well as the fact that he appeared right next to YoungBoy when he laid his head on the pillow in the music video for Bitch Let's Do It.
I don't know, but
that's my bow.
I think the dude right there, he's the one who threw it. I don't know who that is. Is that Ben 10?
That was the first guy that was all the way on the left.
Yeah.
No, they were saying allegedly Ben is the one who threw the pillow at him.
Yeah, I know, but in the music video, I think Ben was the one who threw the pillow.
Oh, in the Bitch Let's Do It one?
The fact that he appeared right next to YoungBoy when he laid his head on the pillow in the music video for Bitch Let's Do It, as well as being on the original live that teased the song, with people commenting how crazy it was to rap these lyrics, stood right next to the killer. Some believe that YoungBoy actually confirmed that Herm was responsible on social media during a feud with the rapper No Cap, where No Cap had apparently claimed that everyone in Baton Rouge was trying to claim the G-Money murder, with YoungBoy responding that you must not know about the Black Sheep, referring to Herm's nickname, while others adamantly believe that actually it was Ben 10 who was truly responsible for the hit, which makes the fact that he was caught liking the IG posts of the mother of G-Money's child all the more chilling. But even as the mystery continues, so does the disrespect, as G-Money's grave has been vandalized numerous times, and G-Money's mother still has no justice, as she heartbreakingly has posted him on her Instagram page every day for years. But sadly, she would only be the first of over a dozen mothers who would mourn the loss of their children. And the sad truth is that while G-Money had been a direct threat to the budding Never Broke Again empire, some of those who lost their lives appear to have simply been in the wrong place at the wrong time. The next body is one of the most debated when it comes to the alleged murders that YoungBoy has been connected to. On October the 26th, 2017, 19-year-old Anisha Barnes...
Damn, literally a month later?
A month later, bro, they'd be hitting people.
Was sitting in a parked car outside of a deli when she became caught in an altercation that would escalate into gunfire. Shots were fired from another vehicle, striking her multiple times, and she would later die from her injuries at the hospital.
We also have now learned the identity and the name of that 19-year-old woman. Police tell us that it was about 10:15 last night when an unknown suspect in a red Chevy Trailblazer fired several shots into a car with 19-year-old Anisha Barnes sitting in the passenger seat. It happened near Gus Young and 48th Street. We're told that Barnes was actually taken to a local hospital where she later died.
YoungBoy's fans would later draw connections between several of his lyrics and Anisha Barnes' death, most notably a leaked track titled Money Man, which featured YoungBoy describing a shooting where someone targeted a man named Hammer, but instead ended up striking his girlfriend. Allegedly, this was in retaliation for someone called Monkey shooting up YoungBoy's grandmother's home. According to Reddit rumors, these lyrics reference YoungBoy's beef with a gang known as TMH, or Too Many Hitters, and particularly two of their main members, named Hammer and Monkey, the latter being better known as the rapper TMH 32 Shots, who's also been affiliated with YoungBoy's main rivals, the TBG crew. Anisha, or simply Nisha as she was known, was allegedly Hammer's girlfriend, who had then supposedly gotten shot by YoungBoy or someone close to him as a revenge for Monkey first shooting up YoungBoy's grandmother's house, with Anisha actually getting the nickname Hammer Girl on Reddit, where many posts have been made demanding justice for her. However, Monkey would deny having ever shot YoungBoy's grandmother's house years later in his song FAN. In another leaked song, YoungBoy would even seemingly mention Anisha by name, using her nickname Nisha, while rapping how she had a baby but got killed in front of a corner store, while in yet another leaked song, he seemingly implied trying to kill his enemy but ending up killing his girlfriend before calling himself the Murder Man. YoungBoy continued to reference that same theme of accidentally shooting someone's girl for years to come. He would rap chilling lyrics on the 2023 song I Heard that someone got swerved on with their girl, she got hit, and he heard her take her last breaths. But despite fan theories that YoungBoy, or at least someone
That shit is crazy.
Bro.
I see why they were saying, listen, I heard.
It's bigger than rap.
Bro, and I think in the song I heard, bro, he was like making coughing sounds too, like coughing up blood, like remember?
Yeah. Bro.
Green Dot, talk about spitting in caskets. I'm sure they're gonna show something about Green Dot.
Yeah, for sure.
We haven't even heard nothing about 23.
Oh, that's coming up, bro. We're only on part second.
Crazy.
She got hit, and he heard her take her last breaths. But despite fan theories that YoungBoy, or at least someone close to him, was responsible for this tragic murder, in actuality, already in October 2017, two people had been arrested in relation to the incident. 27-year-old Donnie Spencer, who was charged with first-degree murder for allegedly killing Anisha in a drive-by shooting, and 30-year-old Ashley Taylor, who was charged with attempted second-degree murder and illegal use of a weapon for apparently shooting at another woman in the same spot just minutes before the fatal shooting that killed Anisha.
Scotty Hunter tonight with the key thing that helped police make a very quick arrest.
The man accused of carrying out this year's record-breaking murder in Baton Rouge, 27-year-old Donnie Spencer, is behind bars tonight. As he was loaded off to prison, he had nothing to say except one thing. Innocent. Spencer is charged with first-degree murder and attempted first-degree murder after allegedly gunning down 19-year-old mother Anisha Barnes last Thursday in a drive-by shooting on Gus Young at 48th. His information put out on Friday. Roughly 72 hours later, he was picked up today by the U.S. Marshals Task Force.
Although Spencer had first claimed to be innocent, he would eventually plead guilty to manslaughter in 2019, and he was sentenced to 22 years in prison. But even this wouldn't convince some fans, who would still keep claiming that Spencer had simply taken the charge for YoungBoy, and believing his earlier claims of innocence as validating this theory. While this more far-fetched and far-removed murder seems highly unlikely to be truly connected to YoungBoy directly, the next murder would echo the hit on G Money, as another prominent TBG member with rumored bodies of his own against NBA would unfortunately go out the very same way.
Yeah, Boulevard Quick was in the Fredo Bang documentary we did before this.
Yeah.
But
He's
man,
rumored to have actually
that shit is
taken out
crazy.
some NBA members, so.
That's crazy, bro.
The Nisha one is just crazy.
This NBA would unfortunately go out the very same way. One person that played an instrumental role in NBA YoungBoy's early career was Big Dump, aka Desmond Hardnett. Big Dump had reportedly worked for YoungBoy as an agent or manager, and simply working for YoungBoy had undoubtedly made Big Dump a target in Baton Rouge, but later lyrics from YoungBoy himself would reveal that there might have also been other reasons. For example, on the 2022 track Doctor, YoungBoy threatens to shoot up a car, just like Dump would do, something that he reiterates on the 2025 track 86 Prayers. These lyrics seem to imply that Dump
I remember that shit.
would do, something that he reiterates on the 2025 track 86 Prayers. These lyrics seem to imply that Dump wasn't just a businessman, but also somebody that had a reputation in the streets and had personally participated in shootings, making him a target on multiple fronts. Combine that with the rumors that he was the one who had put the bounty on G Money's head, and it's clear that TBG members would have wanted to take his life too. On May the 4th, 2018, at around 6 p.m, Baton Rouge police would respond to a drive-by style shooting on the 2200 block of Nairn Drive. To news reports, Big Dump had been chatting with family and friends in his old neighborhood when someone pulled up in a vehicle and fired several shots, killing Dump and injuring the woman standing near him, while 5 or 6 witnesses watched on in shock.
Baton Rouge police say 29-year-old Desmond Hardenat died last night from his injuries. Police say Hardenat and a 32-year-old woman were both shot during a drive-by shooting yesterday afternoon. That happened near the corner of Narren and Baywell. We're told the woman's injuries are not expected to be life-threatening.
Unfortunately, like many of the murders in Louisiana, Dump's murder was never officially solved, although YoungBoy's main rivals TBG would heavily imply being behind the hit. Just 2 months after Big Dump's murder, 2 of TBG's biggest remaining rap stars, Fredo Bang and Blvd Quick, would release a song called Body Bag, where Fredo opens up by rapping how they pull up on an op and dump the whole clip, before interestingly mentioning putting opens up by rapping how they pull up on an op and dump the whole clip, before interestingly mentioning putting someone's friend in a grave because they had dropped some knots, which could indeed refer to the rumor that G Money had a $100,000 bounty on his head put up by Big Dump before the murder went down, and they would go on to brag how they had caught someone right outside the house, the exact circumstances of Dump's murder. Blvd Quick would again go after YoungBoy and his camp a month later on his song called And One, opening up the track by telling his ops to keep his friend's name out their mouth, likely meaning G Money, and telling them to go and dig their partner up, likely referring to Dump, while later rapping that he heard people are looking for him because someone lost his soul, before throwing a Dump ad-lib there for good measure, just to make it extra clear exactly who he was talking about. But Quick would also hilariously give himself an alibi, rapping how he went to the movies and then went to see a girl while Dump's murder was taking place. And in both music videos, once again, a Chucky doll could also be seen, which at this point had become a way for TBG rappers to cryptically troll YoungBoy ever since that G Money industry music video. And just like G Money, Blvd Quick would also boast in several songs how he had heard around town that killers were looking for him, but he wasn't scared and still sliding, even ending his August 2018 music video for the song Never Lackin' by seemingly daring YoungBoy and his crew to try and catch him.
Yeah. That shot that nut in your mama. Pull up. Come out here. You know, TBG Gorilla Gang, long live G Money. I'ma talk my shit. I don't hide behind money, cause I ain't got that much. So I'm in the field. You can't be, money must be counterfeit. You drop the bag while I'm still breathing. I got breath in my body. Fake it, boy, pull up.
But the last straw was when YoungBoy's mother, Sharonda, would participate in this beef personally, causing Blvd Quick to respond with a vulgar and unfiltered rant.
Fredo Bang and Quick wants to get YoungBoy. Fredo Bang and Boulevard Slow.
You look like a man, though. You look like a punk. Talking about me.
And she called him Boulevard Slow instead of Boulevard.
Is he fat as hell? That's crazy though. Blvd Quick though made it easy for him to get hit.
For real, they
He's
all
talking
did.
about YB Money. He's saying he don't have no money. He's still in the streets. That means he's still in the same city he be lacking in.
Gave him all the clues.
And though, you look like a punk. Talking about me. I ain't Fredo. I speaks on everything. Boy, that mama. Play with me first.
This would cause YoungBoy himself to respond too. YB would warn Quick that this internet beef would end with him having the last laugh, saying that his ops are going to either die, go broke, or go to jail.
This internet shit ain't for long. I hope y'all stupid mother know that. It's either you gonna die, you either gonna be a bum, or you gonna be successful, or you gonna go to jail.
Then, on November the 26th, 2018, about 6 months after the murder of Big Dump, the Baton Rouge police would respond to Lakeside Villa Apartments just after 12:30 a.m. There, they would find 25-year-old Ashton Wells, aka Blvd Quick, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds, and he would be pronounced dead at the scene soon after. Although the news reports would acknowledge that Blvd Quick was already the second TBG rapper killed in recent years, the authorities had no suspect or motive. Interestingly, some people who followed a subreddit about Baton Rouge culture, not necessarily its gang culture, but the city at large, would even be aware of Blvd Quick's disrespectful attitude and murderous tendencies, showing even that everyday people living in the city would too be celebrating his death. But Blvd Quick's death was followed by numerous occasions of YoungBoy and his NBA 4K Trey affiliates dissing him and seemingly implying that they had been directly responsible for the murder. The day after Quick died, YoungBoy would appear on an IG Live while being in noticeably good spirits. He would rap lyrics from his upcoming track, My Mama Say, an interesting name for a song given that his mother had just been exchanging words with Quick, rapping that people keep talking about touching him, but they're the ones who keep ending up dead. The full song would drop the following month on YoungBoy's new project titled Realer, which included numerous lyrics that seem to imply that YoungBoy has people killed and is planning to use his newfound rap game riches to pay his shooters to keep killing people for him. He would rap specifically how he with his hitmen while plotting the next murder, and that they tell him that all behind YoungBoy they will kill people and that he will guarantee their check if they wet their targets. He would rap about the killers around him looking up to him and saying that he has bodies and that he hopes they don't catch up with him. In later songs, there would also be much more obvious references towards Blvd Quick specifically, like the song Impact, where YoungBoy rapped how someone dissed his mother, so he ended up killing them. And famously on the song 1.5, where he raps that his mother had told him to leave Quick dead for speaking on her. Also,
don't try this at home. God damn.
Other NBA members would point 5, where he raps that his mother had told him to leave Quick dead for speaking on her. Also, other NBA members would participate in the dissing, like NBA Big B, who in several songs dissed someone fat who died, clearly referencing Quick, even including a cover art of himself literally smoking on Quick, while also rapping in the song that if there's money on someone's head, he promises to get the job done, strongly implying that he had something to do with Quick's death. Interestingly, this murder being November the 26th, 2018, about a week after fellow Blood rapper 6ix9ine from New York would end up getting indicted by federal prosecutors for his role as a shot caller in the 9 Trey Bloods. Funnily enough, many people on Reddit at the time would speculate that the feds would likely soon be looking into NBA YoungBoy too, and speculating that there were 2 known murders and perhaps more unknown ones at this point in time. But despite the rumors and lyrics that seemed to tie the hit to infamous NBA member Big B, rumors would circulate on Reddit that the real killer was a lesser known affiliate of NBA known as Dudy Black, a friend of YoungBoy's who was also a rapper himself. Some have suggested that the two might have actually carried out the hit together. YouTuber 3J Knows the Truth would claim to have been told by those in the know that these were the hitters and that Big B was the one who took the shot.
It was allegedly 2 people on the Boulevard Quick hit. Allegedly or whatever, it was Big B and Dudy Black. Big B shot or whatever. Boulevard Quick was walking outside, and when he made it to the parking lot, that's when he seen Big B. Quick tried to run. Boulevard Quick tried to run back in the house, and they hit him or whatever. They hit him 2 times in the head. Big B and Dudy Black killed Boulevard Quick. That's what somebody close to the situation DM me and told me. When Dudy Black died, everybody started posting Boulevard Quick. When NBA Big B got shot, everybody started posting Boulevard Quick.
YoungBoy would post a picture on FaceTime with Dudy Black, and it's rumored that this was only a short time before the murder of Quick. Unfortunately, Dudy Black, real name Darian Carter, was gunned down in his car in North Foster Drive in Baton Rouge on June the 11th, 2021, and the police were unable to identify any suspects, with many believing that TBG member Fredo Bang posting a picture with Boulevard Quick right after the murder of Dudy Black was confirmation that he was the one responsible. Rumors have since spread that this was a paid hit as retaliation for Boulevard Quick's murder. YoungBoy would pay tribute on the leaked 2021 song Northside Legend, calling Dudy that very thing and saying RIP. And he even seemed to express remorse over the retaliation that took Dudy's life on the song Letter to the North.
Didn't he say something about Dudy too and hiding pounds? Back when he robbed Dudy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I take off I do it.
He does.
Thank God. This is crazy, bro. I can't even lie. This is crazy.
Yeah, but...
Go back.
But before you unpause, one day I want to stop so we can cut this part out, but just so we're on the same page.
When is this done?
Yeah, I'm interested, bro.
The next one is
as soon as we're done.
Jay starts in the next 2 minutes, so
2 more minutes.
This recording's already at 52 minutes.
Yeah, perfect.
So just stop at that part before they get to Jay.
Yeah, we'll say we'll do part 2 later.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's get into it. This is crazy though, bro.
Where he raps about telling his mother to send $10,000 to be that very thing and saying RIP. And he even seemed to express remorse over the retaliation that took Dudy's life on the song Letter to the North, where he raps about telling his mother to send $10,000 to Dudy's mother. Some on Reddit have suggested that there was never retaliation for Dudy Black's murder because he wasn't a true member of the NBA crew. But while YoungBoy later would use his music to express his pain and regret over the lives lost in the name of protecting the NBA empire, after these 3 murders, YoungBoy would begin rapping more and more with pride about his triple body count. At this point in time, YoungBoy had already become a well-established and prolific artist in the rap game, who was known for his unmatched work ethic, devoted fan base, and his unique and versatile style, which ranged from emotional auto-tune ballads, which his fans described as pain songs, as well as incredibly aggressive anthems designed for sliding on your ops, which his fans would describe.
Oh my God.
Dead Trolls.
See, I'm telling you, Dead Trolls is probably the best one.
See beam effect.
Has to be, bro, in my opinion. It's a murder
A lot of people
business.
saying bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking Green Dot.
Bro,
Green Dot is top
murder
3.
business was crazy too.
I say stump him.
As murder songs, and it would be this latter subgenre of murder music where YoungBoy would begin to talk more about his infamous body counts. Some of the first songs that mentioned specific numbers were seemingly made around 2019, not long after YoungBoy's killers had allegedly caught their third victim, Blvd Quick. One of these being a song known as All in My Way, which was supposedly recorded sometime in 2019, although it would only be leaked in November 2021. In this song, YoungBoy would rap that he has 5 bodies under him, but you have to subtract 2, possibly referring to the 2 attempted murders that he got after his cousin Boozilla's death, or the 2 losses that his own side had suffered, Big Dump and Boozilla. In another song called Murder Man, which was reportedly first played by YoungBoy's ex-girlfriend during an IG Live on November the 18th, 2019, YoungBoy seems to imply that he has 3 bodies, and that someone who talks shit about him on Instagram is going to be the 4th, with this likely referring to King Von, who had just recently dissed YoungBoy in March of that same year, suggesting that he'd been lying in his music.
YoungBoy talking about on this song, bro.
What?
You talking crazy on this man.
Oh yeah?
He ain't even like that.
Oh!
On his nah.
On his
cap. You got cap in your raps.
But more about what happened to Von later. But this was only the beginning, and only 2 years after this number had more than doubled, as he would claim on his King Von diss song Dead Trolls, by 2020, YoungBoy was claiming to have racked up 7 bodies. Ironically, the exact same number of bodies that King Von was rumoured to have, indicating that in 2020, there was actually a direct rivalry between the two on who had the most murders, with them actually seeming to be neck and neck in murder counts during this period. But who were these 4 people who YoungBoy had allegedly killed in less than a year in order to go from 3 to 7 bodies and catch up with King Von? Well, YoungBoy and his 4K Trey's growing affiliations with other gangs in Baton Rouge also brought them several new enemies that would end up supercharging the ongoing war in the city and rise the body count significantly.
Damn.
That's crazy, man. Stay tuned for part 2. But this is already getting crazy, man.
Honestly, that's insane how many people YB's actually slept. If I'm being completely honest. Because in my opinion, if you really think of it from his situation or his perspective, if someone kills one of your family members or someone you consider to be a family member, and you have millions and millions of dollars, most humans are probably willing to
do something
put
about
some
it.
money on it, especially if their name's not going to be tied to it in no way, shape, or form. So I don't know. Blvd Quick made it easy, bro. G Money dissing his sister. I mean, that's just out of pocket, and you're asking for it at that point, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
100%.
basically asking to be slept.
What y'all thinking?
This is just crazy.
To be honest, I'm ready to get into part 2 if I'm being completely honest.
I'm ready for part 2, and I just want to say, man, his music is just gonna get crazier and crazier now.
Now, all the songs that we heard, like once we go back and listen to it again, it's gonna make a lot more sense, and we're gonna be able to put a lot of the pieces back together. Like,
it's crazy, man.
Dead Trolls will be insane, bro.
We're literally witnessing modern day like gangster beef that's going to be talked about in history.
Yeah, it's going to be talked about for years and years to come.
This is modern day Roman Empire shit, guys.
Bro, because like we always say in the songs, YB is literally the only rapper, maybe with a few exceptions, to just openly admit this shit. That's the craziest part to me.
Yeah.
Literally talking about how your body count's getting bigger and bigger every song. And then even in another episode, his most recent album, he's still dissing the ops, which is just insane. Like, he's still dissing dead people that have families, that have kids.
And the one craziest part to me is still, like, since there's so many affiliates, they don't even really know who truly did it.
Yeah.
Like, even in that second one about Anisha, that one guy, they're saying that he took the fall, basically.
Yeah.
But again, he was saying he was innocent, but everyone else was saying he didn't even really do it.
Yeah.
So I mean, a lot of the things no one's ever going to really know until.
I guess the
YB could have been, or actually YB couldn't have been the one for G Money because he was in New York.
Well, but yeah, like
people
like us though, like fans, and
I think Bobo definitely has.
That was Bobo. I think
because YB, their crew, they know.
Quick had to
yeah,
be
they
YB.
know, but I'm saying like
That
in
had
general,
to
the
be.
public is not going to know because even the people there, like witnesses, they're not speaking on it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, nah.
And honestly, this makes me look at Fredo Bang differently too, because I've heard like one Fredo Bang song, and I always knew he was a popular rapper, but now just to hear how much he's involved with all this gang life is insane. Lil Durk, I can't wait to hear what they say about Lil Durk, OTF, and Vaughn.
For real. That's going to be even crazier. Like, see, Vaughn just put himself in a bad spot, too. Like, going on live, talking shit about
just
YB.
randomly, bro.
Like, why? Bro did not know that was the day his head got put on a target, bro. It's just retarded, bro. Like, all the violence.
It's almost
it's
unnecessary.
It just needs to stop. Like, all the hate just needs to stop, like, in my opinion.
I guess jealousy and envy.
And I guess it all stems down from, jealousy, envy, and just, like, getting made fun of at a young age.
Because, YB and Vaughn,
makes no sense.
Honestly, yeah.
Because think about it. They said YB got bullied in, like, whenever he was very young.
Yeah, in his group, he was in a group
So
home.
ever since then, he's just going to want to prove everybody wrong.
Yeah, he had to live with his grandma, and his grandma died, and they killed Boozilla, his cousin.
For real. And then they're all talking shit about it, rapping on songs. Like, that's not the environment.
I guess it's just something we just can't relate to, if I'm being honest. Like, it's almost like if one of us got killed and then two of us went to go spin back for the one.
Yeah.
Like, y'all would both be, like, telling each other, yeah, let's go do this. Fuck it. One of our people just got killed, and it's just something we can't relate to.
It's a never-ending cycle, bro.
It is.
That's what sucks about it. It's a never-ending cycle, because once that one domino falls, it's going to keep falling.
Yeah, and nobody really benefits from it,
Nobody.
Yeah, because NBA still was taking people. They were taking losses.
Yeah.
Boozilla, Dump, even Dudy. I mean, he died, and he wasn't even really an NBA affiliate,
But he was just, I guess, associated with them, so.
Yeah, and I wish we I wish we saw this documentary before we listened to Letter to Big Dump.
Yeah, then we would have appreciated that song even better. But if y'all stuck around this far, man, we appreciate it. We're going to get to the rest of this. It'll probably be 3 parts since we got through about a quarter of it. We got through about a third of it. So, yeah, man, let us know what y'all think. If you like the reaction.
And let us know if you guys like these, like us reacting to these type of documentaries. Like we've said, we want to start, understanding the beef behind the songs. So this has helped a lot. But if you like it, man, comment below. Let us know. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. See you on part 2.
CKJ out, man.